What's good, guys? You're watching Everyday Struggle with Academics Wayno and Nadeska. Special guest with us today, Lil Yachty, back on the show for the first time in 3 years. Now, for OG viewers, you guys remember Yachty was our very, very first guest here. He came and took all the heat. It's good to have you back. How you doing?
Hello.
Yachty's always been one to be on the front lines. By the way, I've done it a bunch of times behind the scenes. I'm going to issue an apology. Yachty was supposed to come back on Everyday Struggle months ago, maybe a year ago. And it was all the fault of mine why it didn't happen. So I want to, again, extend an apology. I didn't wake up. You know what I mean? That was super embarrassing. But, Yachty, man, I'm glad to have you back on here, bro.
No, it's good, man. It's good to be back.
You know what's funny? You know what's great about that, Yachty? He really appreciates you because he ain't even apologized to us for that day.
I forgot that happened.
Wait a line.
He ain't even apologized to us for that day. So.
I did. No, Yachty's my guy. And you know, Yachty's one of the artists who I've always felt that, he's always on the, like, especially with the media, he deals with the media well. You know, we just had a conversation yesterday about artists that put out music but don't talk, don't do the rounds. Yachty's always done the rounds. He's always available, accessible. And, you know, I don't know if he looks at that like that might be a catch-22 where, like, hey, he's doing stuff the right way, but, like, these days we love the mystery, the mystique, the weird shit. You know what I mean? Like, you drop the music and you just do some weird shit on Instagram and people just be like, oh, he's just too complex to do an interview.
Yeah, that's what's popping.
Well,
fake weird.
Do you regret that though?
I don't regret nothing. Only thing I might regret is dropping this album on that day, right before the world went in flames. But other than
you
that,
didn't foresee that happening, though.
Huh?
I said you didn't foresee that happening, though.
No one. It's how could I?
Exactly.
You know, how could I? You know, but gotta tell you, I had to take it for what it was, and I understand there was a bigger picture at the moment, and it was a much more important things going on. I wasn't even crazy. I wasn't even upset. Like it's like, you know, I worked really, really hard on that project. Like I worked for like almost 2 years on it, so it was frustrating because I know, like, people who listen to it, like, yo, bro, this is really, like, the best project you've ever put out. Like, and then they're like, people like, a lot of people say, like, it's one of the best projects to come out this year. Then you got a lot of people who don't listen. They just go off, like, first week numbers. So then they try to, like, say stupid shit that just be blowing my mind. Because, like, I know for a fact you do not listen. For a fact.
Well, look, Yachty, I think people definitely appreciated you even after you dropped the album, seeing you out in the streets protesting, because you're right, it was a bigger moment than just music. But at this point, a lot of artists are releasing music that's not necessarily speaking to the protesters. Do you still feel like it's a weird situation for you to be promoting the songs?
I still ain't promoted. None of it. I still haven't. I promoted my album one time. I posted it at midnight when it came out, and I never posted it again, ever. Because the next day, shit happened, and it was like, whoa. I was like, this is some, like, a whole other shit. You know what I mean? Still, I mean, things are starting to ease up and the tension's starting to ease up a little bit, but still, it's still going on out there. You know what I mean?
Did you feel like it was my fault? I'm sorry, Eddie, go ahead.
Oh, my music is just, it's like, it's fun and it's for entertaining, but it ain't, shit I'm talking about ain't it for the times right now. So it's like, I totally understand. You know what I mean? Like,
did you feel like it would be?
Oh, no. Go ahead.
That's okay.
You got it.
Now I was just gonna say, did you feel like it would have been a bit selfish for you to promote your album? You know, even do that. But I mean, like, you know, even with a lot of the times that people's going through, while it might not speak to exactly what's going on, you are still providing something that gives some people a little bit of light. You know what I mean? Like, for them to have a little bit of fun in all this darkness.
Bro, but people are so sensitive, not emotional. Both emotional, but sensitive. Like, they try to make you out to be something you know that you're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you put an album out, you know what I'm saying, and you're not talking about the times, and you're not, you know, pretentious, and how you cancel, you know, you instantly enter cancel culture, and it's like you're selfish and Or like when the nigga Gunna said, wow, number one album. What he say? My
He
album.
said he got number one album, but he can't really even celebrate it because, you know, of what was going on.
Bro. And it was acting crazy over that. Like he had said that I'm the devil. Like they just act. Hey, I know that's not Hennessy in your cup this early, bro.
Man, this is a nice, like, you know, this is iced tea, bro.
Okay, all right.
This is iced tea. I don't know if that's iced tea. This is iced tea.
It's
sure.
too early. I know he's drinking, but it's just they were super sensitive to anything that wasn't what was going on, and I respect that though because it was a bigger purpose. You know, like it's like we trying to come together on some shit. Like it was a moment to pause everything. It was just unfortunate that I had dropped right the day before, you know? So everything was overshowered and kind of, then a whole week went by and it was kind of just like, I didn't get a look at promo from my label, nobody, because nobody.
Everybody just fell back. Yeah.
So no one posted. It was one time I posted my shit at midnight and that was it. You know what I'm saying? But I genuinely, truly love the response that I got from my fans and people that did listen to it, and I gained a lot of new fans, and that was enough for me. Like not enough. Don't get me wrong. Like I was upset, and I still want to come back and do more. But I was just happy that the responses that people who did listen, it was extremely, extremely positive. I'm saying like people really enjoyed it.
Do you think that both things could exist? Maybe even at this point. So like, I get what you're saying. Like there was a whole pause and everyone who was an entertainer, it felt like your craft and your art paused because we all needed to use our platforms and shine light on something that affects us, affects everybody who looks like us on this call right here. Do you feel like it could be, but also it's unfair that you got a lot of backlash because you were out in the streets too. You know what I mean? Like you were.
I was one of the first niggas down the street, bro. What you mean out in the streets too? I was one of the first niggas out there, bro. I went the next day. Like next day, I was out there protesting, bro. And I went because it was just cuz. Honestly, I swear to God, I wasn't even gonna post. I was not even going to post the video. Like. Until I was like, you know what, let me put this up. Because it started going everywhere. I was like, let me put this up so my fans can see it. But I wasn't even going to post that video. I didn't do that shit I didn't even, it's not like I went out there and was like, yo, y'all go buy my album. Y'all, and by the way, I just dropped a new.
Yeah, you would do that.
Yeah.
So do you feel like,
this
I'm sorry, go ahead.
My bad. Just real quick, I was going to say this moment that we're living through right now, none of us have ever experienced, where it feels like the whole country for the first time ever is realizing what's been going on with Black people for centuries at this point. But just cancel culture has sort of evolved, I feel like, in the past few years, become even more vicious. As an artist, even outside of this moment, is that something that you guys have discussions about or you consider? Look at the way people reacted to Cole's song yesterday, even though it was a bit controversial, but immediately wanting to just sort of wipe away an artist's existence. How does it affect you as an artist?
Well, I don't talk to many other rappers, especially not about that, but like me and my friends talk about it all the time because people are just so sensitive now to any and everything. So, of course, it's a lot of lines. It's a lot of times, things that I say on lines that I'd be like, maybe I shouldn't say this. And that's definitely, I like to tweet, you know? So I know it's a lot of things that you just can't say that may rub people the wrong way.
Yeah, but Yachty, like, all right, if we get into this cancel culture thing, I believe they've tried to cancel you 4 or 5 times when you just came out. Like, you were the poster boy for everything wrong with hip-hop. But you survived. So why would you still even be
strong? It'd be like when you get a beta of something. Like when something's brand new, an app is brand new and it's a beta and it's testing it out and it's like, yeah, well, it's got some glitches in it though. That's exactly how streaming was. That's how streaming was and all these RA certifications and Spotify and Apple Music. 2016, that shit was like beta. You know what I'm saying? It was like testing waters. We was all on SoundCloud. You know what I'm saying? So the whole cancel culture shit back then, it's like, it was a thing, but it's like, nowadays, bro, the way Twitter is, it's like, Black Twitter, it's like, crazy. Boy, you better not say nothing about this chocolate woman. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? But I also, this is another thing I believe, and I genuinely believe it's like, music is music. If you have a hit, it's undeniable. You know, so even if you may fuck up, if you have a hit and it is a destined hit, it's destined to be a hit. Like if God has made that song destined to be a hit, it will not be ignored. Because I know it's first. Before you even see someone, you hear it and your brain connects to that. If it's a hit, it's a hit.
So do you feel like you kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't? Because it's like, you know, you went out and you went into the streets because you felt that. You know what I mean? Being a black man in this country, you felt that. But then you still have people, even though that your intention is there, you still have people that's going to say, oh, he only doing that because he dropped the album last night. You know what I'm saying? So how do you navigate that? Like, how do you make the decision going forward on what you're going to do? Is it
bro, it's so crazy. I promise. I didn't even think people would say that until I started reading on the comments, and that's what they were saying. And I was like, and then a lot of people were saying, it's so crazy. Niggas would say, like, why he talking like that? Why he stuttering? As if I'm like fucking Jesse Jackson or some shit, or Martin Luther King. I just got these amazing speeches. This shit was crazy to me. Like, so it's like, if I get out there and I want to talk, I want to show the young people that I'm out here, we doing this. Then it's like, yeah, but look how he's saying it. But if I don't do it, it's like, yeah, look, y'all favorite rapper is not saying nothing. And it's like, so like you said, it is damn if you do, damn if you don't. But regardless, I'm gonna always do my part. I don't be caring, bro. It's like, people gonna say what they're gonna say regardless. I've developed such a wall for hatred, like to just literally, I can look it in the face and just like keep going my day.
Yachty, I feel like this cancel culture, you know, again, one of the things you were penalized for, and really, I feel a way that you feel like, you know, like you think you maybe have to think twice before you tweet certain stuff, because you're right. That was like 2016 was the beta version of cancel culture. Now it's like huge power. It's very powerful, right? I look at like even Meek Mill, like he tries to get off a couple thoughts on Twitter. Every time they always kill him. You can't ever say anything perfect that addresses and makes everybody feel good. And because of that, they'll always pretty much run you off the platform, to the point that, you know, entertainers are at the point to say, yo, if I want to make sure I'm not either considered canceled or get a backlash, let me just shut the fuck up. You know, I think that's dangerous.
A lot of rappers don't say nothing ever about anything. Because it's like people be wanting you to, but if you say something, whatever you say, they're going to critique it. Like, you got to be perfect. No one's perfect. No one will ever be perfect. But the way it be so crazy, like all the people that are critiquing people for donating, I am 100% sure they're not donating. They just sitting on the computer like, oh, so you not gonna donate? Niggas ain't donating nothing, bro. That should be crazy, bro. But niggas be having the loudest opinion, bro.
Yeah, I've been sort of becoming a cancel culture anthropologist, just sort of watching how it plays out, because I still don't understand sometimes if canceling effectively works. Maybe once in a while, but does that translate in real life? Aren't fans still showing up? Aren't people still giving you love in the streets? Is it just on the internet? Is it like Tyler says, just turn it off?
Well, I think it depends how strong your fan base is and how relevant you are at the time of you being canceled.
Like anyone, name somebody who's been successfully canceled recently.
Daniel Caesar.
Huh?
Daniel Caesar.
I don't think he's canceled. You think he's canceled?
I think black people genuinely try to cancel him, you know, and it just depends on what you go off of that makes you cancel. Like, I really like Daniel Caesar. I love his music. I remember when he made that tweet and he said, what did he say? He kind of said, like, stop listening to me then. Or something. And when he was I think he was defending Yes Jules.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
People was just really like,
it got nasty to the point that they were making fun of his facial features, like black people making fun of other black people's facial features. I feel like that one got far out of control.
And it makes no sense, because it's like, that's the thing. It's like, how are we standing together if these are things that we do, bro? You know?
Black Twitter is very divisive and toxic. And truth be told, they ain't canceling shit. Them niggas is talk. They got all type of jokes about two Virgils. Wait till that new Off-White collab drops, man. Them niggas
who new Off-White? That's the crazy thing. It just be honestly, bro. It's a funny moment in time. Like two Virgil on a $50 bill. It's just funny at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a good laugh. It's great. It's a good moment, and then it blows over. You know, and then it's on to the next thing. You know, that's the crazy, unfortunate part about it. Well, not unfortunate, but unfortunate in certain events because it's like, just like how it was a week stronger than Black Lives Matter, and then the next week is like I see like men beating up women.
This has been the most confusing part for me. So it's like, okay, a black man dies, and then it was like, protect black men. This is then the third, and then one person or one idiot does one thing, and then it just turns into, black men don't defend us, black men don't love us, and I'm like,
it's black men versus black women now. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's like it gets really confusing to me because sometimes I feel like all of this stuff happens because there's no actual strategy. There's no strategy and there's no goal. It's like everybody just shooting off the hip and nobody knows where to go with it. So it's just a bunch of people retweeting opinions.
Hey Yachty, I do want to ask a question about the album before we get to some other stuff. Hey, I know P, who's a genius, and you guys have to be talking about a deluxe to kind of bring that album back in people's minds. That's a new way to kind of, like you're right. You release at the worst time, but if you want people to pay attention to it, add a deluxe. The deluxe is the second part of every album now. Why not do that?
Yeah, no, we got a deluxe and we got we're shooting a bunch of videos. You know what I'm saying, to live these moments that a lot of people didn't really get to on the first night and just the first week, but we're gonna revive it 100% for sure.
Yeah, and of course, like we've seen, like even the narrative shit. Like I remember when the Baby's album came out, they were like, "Oh yeah, yo, he still got the same flow, yo. But this shit is kind of like whack." And then of course, what happened with Waxstar? Not Waxstar, Rockstar. Rockstar became the number one song. Number one song.
Such a good song, though.
A lot of people didn't listen. A lot of people didn't listen at first because they were going off whatever narrative.
It's such a good song.
Yeah. Yachty, I think people are confused because they seen it in a meme. You say you rap better than 96% of the newer rappers.
What they confused about?
They confused about it because they still don't believe it.
Okay, this is something so I wanted to know what class we talking about. Is it just
my class? I said that. I specified my class.
Who's in your class?
And no, that's 2016
and up
and everything after. And so that's 2016 to right now in 2020. Like I said in that interview, I said I respect OGs for sure. Like I'm not even talking to them. But when I came in the game, that's my double XL in every magazine year after that. What's that? 96%, bro. And that's a and it be making me laugh, bro, because I'm reading the comments, bro. Niggas be trying it, and it's like I be wanting to like come through the screen on the nigga like with my notepad. Like, come on, bro, stop trying, bro.
Do you think, like, for example, right? And by the way, I do know. Do you think your parents and maybe even just how you came out makes when people hear that they don't even think about what you're saying, and even you're talking about the new? They're like, it can't be true. You know why? Like, because God rest his dead, Juice WRLD. I see a lot of people who are even like, a little bit older. They be like, yo, this dude is really nice at freestyle. They give him the chance. You know what I mean? They see his art. They give him the chance. With you, when it comes to rapping, it's like, wait, Yachty rapping? Nah, hold up, man. We're not even going to discuss this. This is an invalid point. Mm-hmm. Do you think it's like how maybe they looked at you with the red hair like, nah, this nigga can't really.
On top of that, though, it's just a bunch of shit from when I was young, like the whole Biggie, Tupac stuff and just, Broccoli and like all those pop verses I did that were not meant to be lyrical. They were just melodic. It's just like some fun shit. Like, so people be trying to excuse me, but I'm about to like start, like, I promise, bro, I'm not even about to, and it's unfortunate. It's not unfortunate because I'm about to really do this. I'm about to black out when it comes to like I'm not trying to make no radio records. I'm not trying to make no first week number sales. I'm about to just drop verses, freestyle. I'm not even about to, until niggas start feeling me, and I'm about to really, cause I got hundreds of them. I'm about to just verses, and I'm talking about, I'm going.
But Yachty, what about this album that you just dropped? We know we said it came out at a bad time, unfortunately, but if more people were able to hear that album and it didn't get a bit drowned out by everything going on, do you feel like that would have changed this conversation a little bit?
Yeah, but But even when I made that album, like when I make an album, I got some verses in that album, and I got some serious bars in it too. Like, so I said some real hard shit in there. But I'm talking about like where I'm showing people like, and I'm not a conscious rapper. It's not no conscious rap. But like I really.
Well, I mean, I think the whole conscious conversation
man.
is the conscious conversation is all about like what's relative. So if you're talking about, you know, your life, I think that's conscious in itself. I think people always attach conscious to wearing a certain type of shirt or wearing a certain type of hat or speaking a certain way.
Yeah.
But for me, honestly, I don't want to see you drop 100-bar verses. I want you to do the same shit you're doing, but just put the bars in it. Like Minnesota, to me, Minnesota is one of your best songs because if niggas listen to the hook, that's one of the hardest hooks when it comes to street shit.
But
ever.
they don't. It's like if it's not a certain type of beat, they don't. They're not. Like people listen to things differently. Like my best friend was he's real deal, a music head. He listens to certain music for certain things. Like Playboi Carti is his favorite artist. Playboi Carti and MF Doom. He listened to him for different reasons.
Crazy.
Wow.
Exactly. That's crazy.
Playboi Carti, not for his lyrics, but
for
just
the baby voice.
For the production. He's a producer. He loves the production. He loves the sonic sound of Playboi Carti. Then he listens to MF Doom for his lyricism, for the way he delivers. You know what I'm saying? So when people listen to me and it's on it, they be excusing like, if it ain't some turn shit, or if it don't vibe, or it's not like they're not even listening to what I'm saying. But
you don't feel like you can make a slow transition? So the other night, randomly, I was burning and listening to some old Tyler, like listening to, you know, Goblin back in 2011 to all the way now. His music has changed so crazy, not specifically lyrically, but I feel like you could do it over an extended period of time.
That's the thing. I don't really want to become that rapper. Like, I love the music I make. It's fun. It's what I make. You know, like but I want people to respect me, bro. When it comes to like, if I can get on the track with anybody and hold my own, bro. It's like I'm not saying I'm a shit on every rapper in the game. What I'm saying is I will never like TD, Tyler Creator, Rocky, Tierra Whack. Yeah. The verse that I put on there, bro, was simply. That song wasn't even supposed to have all them niggas on it. It was just some shit I was making. And then Rocky heard it. He was like, I need to get on this song. And Tyler was in there with him. He was like, oh, shit, that flow he did is crazy. Then I came back after they did their rappy verse. I said, I called Tyler and Rocky. I was like, yo, bro, should I change my verse? Like, because people going to think, like, I'm not rap. Like, I can't rap. Like, shouldn't I rap, like, serious? Like, shouldn't I do a real verse like y'all? I said, bro, the reason we got on this song was because of your pockets, your delivery flow. Like, we liked the way you did it. So I'm like, all right, cool. I just keep that shit like that. And then people was trying me like, oh, yo, the way he can't even like, bro, I'm telling niggas like, but then again, like I said, bro, niggas don't give no chances. But then at the same time, I ain't dropped shit to really prove it to niggas that I'm, like, it's a few verses out there where I'm really rapping for real, but I ain't really, all the songs I got rapping is sitting on my computer. That's why I said I'm about to drop some shit just so niggas can feel me like bro, you
just need to really have a moment. You really just want one moment.
And I promise, and I'm gonna go right back to singing about like sunshine and lollipop.
Yo, Yachty, why you care though, man? Like, you know what I'm asking why?
Because he's a rapper, academic. He's a rapper.
No. What I mean is, why does he care about the perception? Because there's a lot of people who don't get the recognition. I'll bring up a peer and a counterpart. Like Uzi. Uzi can rap. Like you heard Free Uzi, but most of the shit he puts out is melodic, this and third. When people are talking about people who can rap, they don't mention Uzi. Uzi don't care. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, yo, if you gonna listen to that, you listen to that. But you're gonna also listen to
Uzi
my
a rock star though, bro. Uzi's a rock star, bro. And I love Uzi, bro. But I'm really rapping, bro. That's what I'm saying is that I really got serious bars, bro. I said, I ain't gonna do it.
I think the thing with Ak said, the only reason why I don't agree that Uzi don't care Ak is because if Uzi didn't care, then he wouldn't have did no auto with Lil Durk.
Nigga, Uzi's one of the biggest rappers in the world, bro. Uzi on two different, bro, Uzi is, people definitely credit Uzi, bro, on being a rapper, bro. Niggas be hating on me, like, they genuinely just hate on me. Like, a lot of niggas just dig anything he do. Like a lot of, like, you know what I'm saying? But me on the other hand, niggas genius. Like before a nigga show me love, he hate, and then he retract his statements. He first is hate, and then if he fuck with me, like, oh, actually this shit kind of nice. Instead of, that's how it is. It's never love first, which is cool. I'm not asking for love. I don't give a fuck. But what I'm saying is, I'm gonna make niggas feel me, bro. That's why I care. I've always cared. I didn't always care. It's not until after I started, when I did the first shit with, what's the DJ from New York? What's his name? When I did the freestyle. Ebro. I did the first one, I was having fun and freestyle, and people criticized me. And then I came back and did the second one, and that's where I was like, and niggas was just like, then I got into a fake beef with the white acting nigga from Transformers, and I was like, oh. And as I just became older as a man and like kept rapping, I was like, yo, I'm really, really, really nice with this shit. And then I was like, oh, niggas gonna feel me. I'm gonna make them feel me, and that's what it's gonna be. You know,
I think that's because you're saying, like, you know, at that time was like the beta version of everything. Like you came into a time when things was transitioning. I feel like the last time music had transitioned, it was like 2012, and then Kendrick puts out like, you know, Good Kid, Mad City and shit. And then that XXL class that you on, that was the first class of artists that really didn't have radio records at the time. You know, so I think it just was a weird time for you to come in. So it's hard for people to accept it and grow into it. And it's only been that's only 4 years ago.
Yep.
Yachty, yesterday I was arguing something about demographics in terms of why certain artists get awarded or nominated for awards and why certain people don't. I was saying, like, hey, listen, the NBA young boys, the Uzis, like, you know, Uzi was a little bit disgruntled that he didn't get no nominations. The reason why is, most of his audience is kids. The difference between like even a Travis Scott and a Lil Baby, and I think Lil Baby, he's transcended that. It's not like they don't look at their audience as just kids, or people don't look at their audiences as kids. They kind of like just be like, yeah, that's for the kids. You know what I mean? They don't take it serious a bit. You know what I mean? When it comes to Travis, you see him working with Drake. He does all these records. Baby, he's dropping some like conscious records. And to be honest, he's in a different conversation now. Do you feel like maybe the recognition you don't get is because like they're still looking at your music like, oh yeah, but he's the guy who made like Broccoli and them songs. Yeah, that's for the kids. You know what I mean? Like they don't put it in that conversation that same realm with other artists.
I ain't drop shit. I wouldn't. I'm not trying. I don't even think I deserve to be in any award category except best music video of the year. Like I do feel like I deserve best music video of the year in every category. Every best.
Over his bank account.
Yeah, for sure.
They nominated that?
I worked very. I don't know. Did they release the nominations for video music?
Yeah, they did. They did.
For BT, not for the VMAs.
Oh, not for the VMAs, but BT Video of the Year they did.
Anyways, like I genuinely feel like I work very hard in that video. You know what I'm saying? But as far as all that other stuff, man, I wouldn't. I'm not saying I don't care about it. And I don't want it. I would love to win an award, but I don't think I'm even ready. I wouldn't even want to be nominated, and I ain't put the work in yet. But that's what it's time to do. You know, to come back and continue and go.
I'm happy you said you ain't put the work in yet, because that was the debate me and Academics was having. Because I said that a lot of artists, you know, they might drop something, but then they disappear. They don't do all the other things that takes you to get there. And Academics looks at it as dick riding. You know what I'm saying?
No. I don't think Yachty's talking about didn't put in the work as in go like do interviews. Like he hasn't put out enough music yet. Like he took a little while. Yeah, I think putting out work for him is like he's given the market enough reason to be like, that's that guy and he should be awarded.
It's all that though, because they play hand in hand together, man. Like, man, the way artists blow up, bro, is everything. Like, if you think about the Baby, bro, Baby is so loved for so many reasons. Like his appearance, how charismatic he is in interviews, the way he handles situations, how he never takes L's, and you have amazing music on top of that. But you got to do all these things. You got to go do interviews. You got to create content. You know, he has so much content on his social media. Every day, he, you know, with the real goats, he got Stunner for Vegas. He doing this. He show you life, you know. I was just talking with Coach K. Me and Coach was having this conversation yesterday because he was telling me about Michael Jackson and some other stuff. But we were talking about how back in the day, we were talking about mindless behavior and like, what are they doing now? You know, random. And then so the conversation was about how back in the day, artists didn't have all this social media, so their life was extremely more private. So like rappers back then, or not even just rappers in general, like musicians were, because you only saw them once every 106 in Park, or you saw them. Mm-hmm. I don't even like with the MTV thing, and now it's like you see every single inch of a celebrity's life. So it's like it's hard to even reach that level of stardom as a rapper now, because it's just so everything is so accessible, you know, which is, it's like a good thing, but it's also like a bad thing. You know,
Is
like,
it overwhelming for you, feeling like you have to keep up with putting out all of that content? Are you a bit
no, because I
reclusive?
don't. I don't. If you go to my Instagram, that shit is quiet and cold. Like I don't, bro. I be living my entire life for real. Like I do. Like I do not feel the need to. And the reason is because like my life doesn't stop. Like it's not like if money wasn't coming in, then I'd be like, okay, I need to do some shit. I need to go tap dance in Walmart to get some million some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but my shit is going house, like it's still moving. You know what I mean? And I'm blessed for that. But as far as like getting active with this music shit, it's just a weird time period. You know what I'm saying? But when stuff really, really blow over, I promise I'm flooding with like shit.
So I know music is obviously important to you, but I think you're one of those artists that a lot of us thought we would see you venture off outside of music a lot. It seems like you've been dabbling in film or TV for a little. Is that also going to be very important for you, or are you just sort of focused on?
I have three projects I was working on. I have three projects that I was working on right before. I don't know if y'all see how fit a nigga trying to get. Like a nigga, a nigga been in this gym, bro.
You on that Rose Fit?
Huh?
You on that Rose Fit? Rose say he smoke while he work out. So that is
I can't smoke, bro. And it's unfortunate because everyone smokes, bro, and like smoke is so lucrative to people, but it's just like I feel so stupid when I smoke weed. I just feel retarded and dumb. And I feel like, I just feel stupid and goofy. So I don't. Nah, I don't get how people wake up and start a blunt. It's like I commend them. But yeah, three projects that I was working on. I can't say yet, but it's 2 movies and it's a television show. One with HBO Max, and that's really all I can say. But I have 3 projects that I was working on, and 2 movies and a television show. So yeah.
Yachty, I gotta ask you because I think people are wondering. I think there's growing, like that type of sense of what's going on there. What's the state of QC? Because I feel like you're the middle child of QC right now. I think we got the Migos, Lil Baby, and you're in the middle. And I do think, me personally, I feel like your release date was like you had to drop because of so much that's going on at QC. Like Lil Baby drops every week now. Like Baby don't stop dropping. You get me? We're also waiting to see what the Migos gonna do. Also, we look at your project. We don't see much collaborations with either two. Usually, like we know you have a lot of compilations and a lot of working within the family. What the fuck is going on? The City Girls is also in the cut. What up?
But the reason we stopped working all these collaborations because we just started to feel like it was too much. Like me personally, it was too much. It was just too much. Like I had Migos on every project. It was like, yeah.
No.
Sentence, come on.
No, I can't speak on nobody else, but me personally, I was just like
why you don't got Baby on your project? Why you don't got I mean, like,
but
is it
Baby's
just
on my deluxe though? Baby's on my deluxe, and I was on the fence. Like the song was so close to being on my project, but it just didn't fit the aesthetic of the song. It's more real. Like it's more like we rapping, and it's more felt. You know what I'm saying? So it just didn't fit the upbeat vibe of the album, but it's definitely going on the deluxe. I do have a Baby on my project.
Does QC still feel like a family, or does it feel like a label? Because you've always said it's a family vibe there. You know,
I think it'll always be a family, but it's not. We don't like it's like we don't. It's not like how it used to be. But I think it'll never really feel like a label because people I know on labels they don't know their label mates. They know who they are, but they don't know them. Like, you know, we still I see Baby all the time. I just saw Baby like yesterday, or day before yesterday at QC. You know, we still all work out at QC, you know. Migos been in LA, but like as far as most of us, like we still work out at QC, you know what I'm saying? You know, people just doing their thing. I'm so proud of Baby though. Like he deserves it. Like I never forget when Baby first came home from prison, you know, and like it's just such a big transition. Like I'm proud of him, bro. So like I'd be so happy to see the love he get because he deserves it, bro. Like it's cool. And Coach and P are really, really, really amazing at what they do, you know. So it's good to watch, you know. But I think we're still a family. As Coach and P always be family. I mean, they done so much for me. I would never, ever fix my brain, even think of a negative thing to say about them. You know, it's just like you said, Migos doing their own thing. You know, trying to get together. City Girls doing their thing. And the Baby's just killing it. You know, it's like it's just like doing his thing. You know, so we
Oh man, Yachty just gave more by his body language than answer. He's just turned into like, yeah, just happened.
Just remembering the time.
Man, life is weird, bro. Rap is just life is just weird, bro. I don't know, bro. It's just so weird how things just even past music. Just think about life and then how things change over time and just.
The reason why I even asked that though, Yachty, is because I've always seen y'all as a family, and one person's gonna carry the baton, and then when the next person's coming, like if they haven't been out for a while, you kind of help and assist. And I feel like the Migos, they're attempting to make a splash again. They made a huge splash before, but they seem a little isolated from everything else. QC's having a lot of momentum still, but I don't see the Baby and Migos working together. Then I see you, and like I remember notably when some people were trying to yo, because Yachty do it again, you came in peekaboo with the Migos. You get me? So like we've always seen it's a family thing, and then whether it was a compilation tapes, you guys always kind of had something and it fit in the pocket together.
Yeah,
you're working too much, but it seems different.
I think people think like QC and they feel like Migos are supposed to be like the lead, but I feel like it's okay that Baby's like leading and he's repping for our live right now. I think it's great. I think people be trying to, and I haven't really personally spoken to Migos, but I hope they never feel like it's okay that Baby's leading. At one point I was leading. I started leading QC. Like I put it on the map. So like I think it's dope that Baby's leading now. And after that I hope City Girls, because they have a project, and it's really awesome, and it's summer anthemed out, So I hope that I know they will, whenever they find a proper date to finally release that, they gonna take the baton and have all the women out.
I just want to hear Actor Part 2, man, with Yachty on the pen, man. Okay.
I don't know what you're talking. I have nothing. No, I learned my lesson. I don't write anymore.
What?
Are you crazy?
Listen, all that you don't get credit shit for. People finding out that was actually like, wait, so this is the guy y'all barely give credit for shit, but he's writing other people's hits as well, and contributed in a large way. I think that was dope, bro.
Yeah, but that's not even. That's to make me be like, that's to make y'all want to give me credit.
That's an epic line. Real ass bitch give a fuck about a nigga. Like, come on, man, that's some real shit.
You wrote a mega anthem. You should be proud of that. Even if it's not what you specifically wanted credit for. Look, Yachty, I understand you get a lot of hate. I think all of us understand that working inside of the internet, but I think we're all really impressed with how much you've grown and matured over the past few years. We want to hear more music from you. Try to block out those people and keep doing you. Stay positive. Remember that tweet you just retweeted about sleeping on people's couches and floors, and now you got a good crib. So I hope you can celebrate those things at least.
Well, that's genuinely, that's the fuel to keeping a positive reaction towards hatred.
Hey, one last thing. Hey, today is the second anniversary of XXXTentacion's death. That's still something that every time I think about it, today is. What's one quick thing that you remember about him, or even like a moment that comes to mind when you think about just him and his, his discography? And
the first time I met him, in 2015, I think, and me and Uzi had a show in Miami, and he opened up, him and Ski Mask opened up, and I had no fucking clue who he was. And he came up to me and was smiling. This was before he went to jail, and he was smiling and it's so funny. I'm not gonna lie. At first, I thought they were like going to try and like rob us or something. But it was 100 of them, bro. And he came up and then started, because he looked evil. And then he had just got on stage doing this like turned up music, but then he came in and smiled like, yo, bro, I fuck with you so much. I love your shit. And it was all love, and we were all chilling backstage, and I'll never forget that. And then I remember talking to him when he got out of jail. I remember he called me. He called me as soon as he got out. But like before the internet even knew he was out of jail, he called me like, and he called me right before he got like, yeah, bro, I'm about to secretly get out of jail and da-da-da. And just the conversations we used to have. He was a real smart dude, man. He was really creative. It's unfortunate.
That's dope.
You know?
Rest in peace. That's a nice little sweet memory. Yo, Yachty, we appreciate you pulling up. I hope you'll stop by a little bit more often. You see how easy it is to hop on Zoom? Go check out Lil Boat 3 that is out right now. See you guys Monday.
Hey, split the whole time, man. That joint go crazy, man. Like people, y'all got to at least listen to the song. I'm telling you, definitely feel it.